Good, beautiful morning, everybody. This is Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. It is Friday, October the 20th, 2023. This is our live Q&A day for those of you that are with us. It's live Q&A day, so we're just going to take your questions and bring through the answers that come. For those of you that are new here, I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach, and I bring through information and messages from guides, angels, ascended masters, loved ones, whatever's required for each individual. I will do the best I can to bring that information through. Mediumship is a natural function of what you are as a soul. It's important you know that. Good morning. Mediumship is a natural function of your soul. You did not come to this earth to only be dependent upon your 5 physical senses. You came here also with 5 non-physical senses. The senses of your soul: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. And like the physical senses allow you to apprehend and comprehend the physical dimension, these other faculties, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, allow you to comprehend and apprehend the invisible realms, the non-physical realms of information. These senses can be deliberately and intentionally developed. You were born with them. Everyone is born with them. The challenge that most people face is that the world tends to loan itself to keeping you connected only to your 5 physical senses, what you see, smell, touch, taste, and hear. And that's only part of the picture. And because all of your attention goes towards what you smell and touch and taste and hear and see, these other senses remain dormant and undeveloped. And I, like many other spiritual mediums around the planet right now, are now actively teaching others how to open these faculties up so that you're not bound only with the information you've acquired from this world, or bound only to what your 5 physical senses tell you. And this isn't to diminish the value of your 5 physical senses. It's to say that your 5 physical senses only give you part of the picture. That these other clairs, these invisible senses that you have as a soul, will give you access to information, knowledge, wisdom, truth, guidance that you cannot get from this physical dimension. Some people can call these other senses, when they're active, intuition or a gut feeling. There's different terms given to it. A hunch. I just knew. I had a feeling about that. These non-physical senses, when developed, will give you a much rounder perception of what your experience is and allow you to create a much more fulfilling life for yourself, because you're not then dependent exclusively on the body for your survival in this dimension, as most people are. But we're at Q&A day today. Welcome. Hello, Vertical. Hello, Carolyn. Good morning, Amanda. Hi. And we're just going to take our time here today. Hi, Zivia. How are you doing? Hi, Roxy. Yeah. So this is just Friday Q&A. So you can ask messages and I will bring the information through that's coming through for you and the way it comes through and from whomever it comes through. Again, you are not alone in this physical dimension. You are not alone in this physical dimension. You know, a lot of people think that they're alone. And yet there's this realms of information and experience that is non-physical. We know we have them. Everybody knows. You believe in God. You believe in Jesus. You believe in Buddha. You believe in the invisible realms then. That there's this realm of information that's available to you. And it's important that you learn how to open up those realms of information. So I'll bring through the information that comes today. Please excuse the lighting. We're in preparation of a departure from this location. And so the walls have been all repainted and the lighting is very different than what we're normally used to here. So please bear with us until we get into our new location, or locations as the case might be. My daughter decided not to do woodworking with me. Do you see me having the laser on? Do I see you having the laser on your own? It's not a question of whether or not we can see you with the laser arm, but whether you can believe in yourself faithfully enough that we can assist you and guide you in this process. Many of you are under the illusion that you are somehow isolated if you are working by yourself. And we would say to you quite simply, you are not alone. If you call upon us for guidance and assistance, we will respond. And so we would simply say to you, yes, you may put the laser on your own. And do not be surprised if your daughter decides to join you a little bit later. But do not deny the function of your own dream for anyone's sake. Do not deny the function of your own dream for anyone's sake. For to deny yourself, you will of necessity deny others, is what happens. What you do unto yourself, you will do unto others. What you do unto others, you will do unto yourself. Wow. Thank you for that question. I was listening to a couple of rabbis speaking about what's going on in the Middle East today. It was really moving. They made a clear distinction, these rabbis, between Judaism and Zionism. They're very different functions, different political structures, very different social systems of conduct. And what we're seeing happening in the Middle East is not a product of Judaism or Christianity. It's a product of Zionism, which is a very different philosophical and economic system of creation. And I was really pleased to hear them say that, according to the Torah, that anybody who follows the Torah or even the Christian Bible would not participate in war, as the very first commandment, of course, is thou shalt not kill. So clearly those who are perpetuating war are not in alignment with spirituality, with love, or with God, or with truth. Remember that. The function of what you are, though, is you are love. This is what you are. Anyway, that really excited me to see these four rabbis sitting and sharing those insights from their own religious perspective and their own spiritual perspective. It's very nice to see that people are awakening and stepping forward and speaking the truth. Hi, guys. Someone saying, my DIL won't let us see our grandchildren. Do you see this relationship healing? Yes, I get a very strong yes for that. The first thing is to release all your fear and anger towards these. You must release all of your fear and anger towards these ones. Extend your love and gratitude for them taking care of and protecting your grandchildren as they are. Let the energy of love be that which dictates your actions and words. Do not let fear govern what you will or will not do. Let love govern all that you shall say and do and be. Yes, we see this relationship healing. Let love be your every word and your every action, and this shall heal quite rapidly. But if you maintain the fear in your heart about not seeing your grandchildren, if you maintain fear in your heart that somebody is keeping them away from you, if you maintain that fear, then you will maintain that existence in your existence in this physical reality that you find yourself. Wow, that's really cool. Love heals everything, guys. Somebody's saying, having trouble with business. Will it do better? Should I keep going? Yes, you need to keep going. But again, relinquish fear. One of the things they constantly tell me, and they say through these messages on Mondays and Wednesdays, there are only two energies that you can live from in this physical dimension. Only two energies. There's no middle energy. There's no neutral energy. You can either be coming from the energy and the consciousness of love, or you're coming from the energy and the consciousness of fear. And each will give birth to its own. The functions of love are very precise in the conditions that they will create in your life. The thoughts, the words, the actions of love will create very specific conditions in your life. The functions, acts, and words of fear will create other conditions in your life. And we are not here to judge love or fear, simply to say that each one in and of itself produces very different experiences when you apply those energies in your life. The question we would have to ask you with relation to your business, are you willing to view your business through the eyes of love and all that it entails through the eyes of love? Or do you view your business through the eyes of fear? If you make the distinction properly, then we can assure you that the creations of love are very specific and precise, as are the creations of fear. and the choice is exclusively yours as to what you will choose. Each and every soul in this physical dimension can only choose to use the energy of love or fear. There is no other energy. Only love and fear are manifestations of the one great energy. Love and fear are the only manifestations of the one great energy. Wow, I like that. Thank you. Hi, guys. Question from Manoj on YouTube. Any message from my mom? She says, stop mourning. She says, stop mourning. Get on with your life. Get on with your life. Be happy. Be happy. Stop looking back. Stop looking back. He spends too much time looking back at things. He has to look forward. He has to look forward to the good. He has to look forward to the good. Tell him to stop looking back. She wants you to stop looking back. Stop looking back. Look forward to the good. I like that. Look forward to the good. You know, there's so many things that people can do to heal their minds, their bodies, their souls. Would love help from my mom on the other side. Any message from her? Hi, Juju. She says you don't celebrate enough. She says you don't celebrate enough. She says you need to. She says to tell you to celebrate in the morning. When you get out of bed, celebrate the day. When you go to sleep at night, she says celebrate your day. You must celebrate more. Celebrate more. This is what I have to offer you right now. Celebrate more. Celebrate. Celebrate. It's funny, as I'm saying those words, it's triggering the memory of that song, Celebrate, dance to the music, right? Funny how that stuff comes up from our minds when other information stimulates it. A question from Moran. It's not easy here in Israel. Can I get a message on how I can better deal with the situation? Well, Moran, I want to send you much love and respect to everybody that's over there that is on both sides, that know that war and death are violations of divine law. To you specifically, let your love for peace govern your words and actions. Let your love for peace govern your words and actions. And to those of you that are struggling in this war, understand that those who come from love will reap love, and those that come from fear will reap fear. The dark ones have been perpetuating this and setting this stage for quite some time. This war, both the ones you see in what you call your Ukraine and your Israel, your Middle Eastern area, these are manifestations of the dark ones seeking to gain favor from their dark master. Understand, sacrifice is their mechanism. For you personally, honor the functions of peace. Share the words of peace with others. For those who are in violation of the law are in violation of the law, and those who are not are not. Thou shalt not kill. It is the most important of the commandments. And those who would deny that deny the teachings of the one great God. Wow. Thank you, Moran. Remember what this shirt says, Moran. That's the truth. You are love. Oh, you're very welcome, Manoj. Lots of questions. Heavily trouble using business. Will it do better? Should I keep going? Yeah, we got to that one. You just have to, again, so many of you don't understand the difference between love and fear. And they keep telling this. William, we'll keep saying it. We will never get tired of saying it. We will never get tired of saying to you, you can only live and think and speak from love or fear. There is no other. You can only speak from love or act from love or do from love. Or you can only think and act and speak from fear or do from fear or speak from it. You only have those two choices. And you may ask this simple question of yourself in any moment. Is what I am about to say, is what I am about to do, is what I'm about to think, from love or from fear. Do I bring this forth from love or do I bring this forth from fear? If every person were to ask themselves this question and weigh carefully their thought, their action, their word, then you would see a great world transformed in a very short time, a great world transformed. We are predominantly here to assist humanity in making this shift from fear to love. Many civilizations have fallen under the weight of fear, as it has an inevitable conclusion to its quality, whereas the functions of love are very precise. They are life-sustaining and life-nurturing and creative and dynamic. And so you can only choose of these two. You cannot choose both. You must choose one or the other. You cannot serve them both. You cannot. And you cannot and hope to achieve peace. You serve love, you will know peace. You serve fear, you will know suffering. It is that simple. But many of you are waking up now. Many of you are waking up and realizing, I am done with my suffering. But you must not look outside of yourself to alleviate that suffering. You must think and say and do from the energy, the actions, the thoughts of love to realign yourself to the prosperity, to the joy, to the creativity, to the playfulness of love, as opposed to the fear and the suffering and the impoverishment that is fear. You have only these two choices to make. We will continue to assist all of those who reach out to say, I wish to align myself to love. What need I say? What need I do? What need I be? And if you evaluate your actions, your words, and your thoughts very carefully, you will learn to quickly discern that a thought that is of judgment is not necessarily of love. You must learn to make that discernment. Very important to make that discernment. Question from Suzanne on YouTube. Hi, William and everyone. How do I access answers from my spirit guides and hear them clairaudiently? Thanks. The simplest way, Suzanne, is to sit down, get your mind. This is what they've taught us. To sit down, keep your mind and your body completely still and quiet. You have to teach, because of the way the world is educated, most people depend upon the outside world to direct their minds and bodies, right? But what they taught us to do is that you need to sit down with your body, sit down with your mind, and you need to use your breath to gently train your mind and body into stillness and open receptivity to your awareness. You have to train your mind and body to be open and receptive to you. Once your mind and body are quiet, open, and receptive, then the other faculties, because most people in the mind and body are active, you're listening, you're smelling, you're touching, you're tasting, you're attached to the outside world. When you got your mind and body still, quiet, and peaceful, your awareness shifts from the outer world to the inner world. Through the inner world, through the organ in the body called the pineal gland. When you go to the inner world and the mind and body are still, then this gland, this third eye, if you like, becomes available for you to bring your awareness to begin to access frequency, information, image, and idea that can come into your body through this gland. So you get your mind and your body still and quiet. You bring your awareness to that place in the physical brain where the organ you call your pineal gland exists. You bring your attention there. You may ask questions, speak your questions into that organ. And that organ is like a mouth that speaks, but it speaks to the universe. It speaks to the invisible, and it receives from the invisible, much the same way your senses receive from this world. This organ receives from all other points of consciousness. In being in that place of open receptivity, your body will, through practice, training your mind and body to be in that state, training your awareness to connect inwardly, to disconnect from the outward, to connect inwardly, then it will not take you very long to begin to hear, to see, to feel, and to know We have been very diligent in these last 5 years in that we have brought forth a simple process of instruction through this one and others from which you can learn and grow and go and learn to understand what you know inside yourself, to get beyond your thinking mind, to get beyond your thinking mind to your knowing self. Yes, they're referring to our masterclasses. Again, there are many teachers around the world now that are teaching this. Monasteries, Buddhists, many different organizations teach meditation. But from my experience, what they've taught us to teach is probably the simplest and most direct route to getting back to who you really are as a spiritual consciousness. And again, I encourage you to go check out my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and check out our Masterclass series. We got our upcoming Masterclass 102 called Liberation, which begins November the 18th. And it's all about getting your mind and your body out of the way so that you as a spiritual awareness can begin to connect to those realms of information that you're just asking about. So that's a really wonderful thing. Thank you so much for that, Susan. Really great question. Hi, guys. You're very welcome. Love you too. Yes, she is. She's more concerned about you than you are about her. She wants you to get things going. An atheist have a Will an atheist have a bad? This is a great question. I love this question. Santhya Shri is asking, will an atheist have a bad afterlife even though they had a good heart during their lifetime? Absolutely not. Again, an atheist is one who believes that the body, mind, the personality is the only reality. The physical dimension is the only perceivable reality. They're attached to that. An atheist does not believe in something else other than what they can see, smell, touch, taste, or hear. That does not make them less spiritual than even the most enlightened of men. There are atheists who can be far more spiritual than most of the people on this planet because they come from a good heart, a good soul. No, spirituality and your divinity are not affected by what you do in a single lifetime. What you experience in this lifetime is an effect of what you do in this lifetime. But yes, I understand. So yes, to answer your question directly, no. An atheist who believes that only this dimension exists in this lifetime will not suffer negative consequences in their afterlife, in their transition from this form to the next. But they'll certainly have a very delightful awakening, right? I love that. Great question. Thank you for asking that. Someone's saying here, I find it hard to meditate without falling asleep. Suzanne, sign up for our 102 Masterclass. Meditation is a compulsory part of the program. By the end of this class, you'll be able to meditate for at least an hour every day. By the end of that 102 program, you'll be able to meditate for at least an hour a day. That means getting your mind and body out of your way. And then when your mind and body aren't distracting you, your soul awakens. Your soul awakens. So again, I encourage you to do that. You do meditation. You're not falling asleep. Let's clarify this. One of the things they told me, they said, people are going to tell you that during the meditation processes that they take us through during the classes, because the Ascended Masters teach these classes through me and our other instructors. They said a lot of people in the beginning, when they're learning, just beginning to move from matter to spirit in the process of meditation, they'll leave their body and they think they've fallen asleep. And they told me what actually happens is that you as an awareness have become so accustomed to believing that the locus of your identity, that is, that your mind and body are the only source of your identity. So the first few times that you go into a deep practice of meditation, you will think you have fallen asleep. What they have taught others to do in the program is how to keep your awareness awake while your mind and body fall asleep. So that's the key for you, Suzanne. You want to keep your awareness awake, but let your mind and body sleep. And let me tell you, some of the phenomena that happen to students when they experience themselves awake while the body and mind are asleep, they feel like they have no body. Their bodies feel invisible to them, but they can move their awareness to different places and spaces and times. It's a very fascinating phenomena. And there's a sense of well-being that you get when you remain awake, when you wake up from the personality, when you start to step outside of it. There's a phenomena of energy that starts to happen where your awareness starts to feel free, liberated, connected to your source, and your mind and body, interestingly enough, also begin to heal because you're no longer stuck in them. You're accessing your spiritual energy, and it begins to affect and influence your mind and body as well. It's very fascinating. Meditation is a very simple process. Someone's asking, when will this darkness I feel lift? Please and thank you. Angel Follower 22. Angel Follower 22, if you're hearing me answer this question right now, then yes, I will. They want me to tell you to sit down, relax, put your feet flat on the floor. Put your feet flat on the floor. Take a slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, let your body relax. Give your body permission to relax as you exhale. It's very simple. Then turn your attention to all that darkness that you feel in your mind. And take a deep breath, and all that darkness that you're feeling in your mind right now, as you breathe, exhale, and just allow that darkness to kind of just go out with your breath very gently. Don't force it out. Don't try to get rid of it. Just gently release it with the breath. And do two more slow, deep breaths where you breathe and release that energy, because that darkness is just energy that you're holding on to. So do at least 3 breaths like that where you're just releasing. Now, if the darkness, that lower vibrational energy, is still persisting, turn your attention to it. Turn your attention to that dark energy and simply think this thought to that dark energy and observe how it responds when you think this thought to it. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. Doesn't matter if the thought is true or not, just think that thought to that darkness. I'm willing to love you, even if I do not understand you. And repeat that 3 times. Direct that thought at that sensation of darkness within yourself. And after the 3rd time, notice the difference in the energy. And then please share in the comment section what your experience was in doing that, please. Thank you so much. Please, if anybody does any of these activities that they give us to do through these live events, please share your experiences if you do any of these things. That was a great question, by the way. Thank you so much. Any words from my past partner that I miss? He's when are you going to pay attention? He's telling me, when are you going to listen to me? He's saying, when are you going to listen to me? I'm with you. I'm with you all the time. It's why you miss me so much, because you keep thinking I'm not present. It is very difficult to believe that you do not see me or feel me or know me around you anymore. So Kim, take a moment just to feel his presence. Like that feeling of missing him, drop it. Feel his presence. That feeling of missing him is his presence trying to interact with you, but your mind has been trained to believe that because the body is gone, that they no longer exist. And a lot of people are under that illusion that because your body ceases to function, that you're gone. You're physically gone, absolutely. But you are not gone from existence. You're in a different frequency of consciousness. It's like if I take 2 radio sets playing the same radio station and I smash one, and the signal's not playing through that radio set, but it's still playing through the other one, the signal's not gone. It just doesn't have an instrument to come through anymore. But you have an instrument. You have your awareness. Close your eyes and feel his presence with you. Through your awareness, you can perceive the invisible realm upon where our loved ones exist. You can perceive and experience the invisible realm with your awareness. Yes. And yes, he loves you very deeply. Wow, great day. I'm so glad we're doing this. I don't know. Is there any message from my dear friend Walter? Please. I don't know why, but he's showing me a boat on a lake. It's like a straw hat. He's just kicking up. I don't. He's sending this image. Yeah, just taking it easy now. But something about fishing and the boat and the water that he really enjoyed. Fishing. Yes. Taking it easy. Taking it easy now. Taking it really easy now. I like that. Simple messages, eh? Not complex. Taryn, what are some of the signs my brother sends me to know that he's still existing? Anytime you find yourself suddenly missing somebody that's not in a physical form, you find that feeling. That's when they're coming into your field to connect with you. Okay. And what most people have been conditioned to believe is that when you feel their energy and suddenly you're aware of their presence, your mind has been trained or taught that when the body is dead, they're gone. And it's not the truth. They're physically gone. That is a truth. But their consciousness still exists. So when you find yourself, any of you, suddenly missing a loved one, stop and pause. Drop the idea that they're missing and feel the presence of their love and their joy and their light, their communion with you. Remember, your five senses can only apprehend the physical world. Your consciousness, your soul, you can comprehend and interact with the invisible world. You know, scientists get inspired with new ideas from the invisible world. Many of our so-called technological innovations were inspired. They came out of the ethers into consciousness, from the invisible to the visible. Airplanes were but an idea that had become a form. The invisible gives rise to the visible. Keep that in mind. Very important. Good morning. Good morning to you too, Marilyn. Thank you so much. Somebody saying, good morning. I'm so glad to be here this morning. Thank you for sharing your messages. I want to thank my guides and my angels, the ascended masters, the other beings that work with and through me and through many of you too, whether you're aware of it or not. You need to learn to open your spiritual senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. The messages of your guides and your angels can really make a difference in this world. And they can make a difference in your life if you learn how to hear and listen, right? But thank you so much. I'm really grateful to be here too with all of you. I'm really grateful I can be a vehicle for this information. Elizabeth, a message from my husband over the fight of his property going on. He's laughing at it. He's saying that's not so important. He's laughing at how, he realized how unimportant that stuff was. That the really important thing was the relationship, was the love, was the people. These were the things that I forgot to cherish more fully. Yes. And now those who would believe that I am gone would seek to hold on to me by possessing the things that I possessed. I am in your heart. I am part of your soul. I am not gone. Wow. That's a really beautiful message from him. Thank you so much. Question from Polly B. Can you tell me what is causing the itchy red skin? It's horrendous. Any help, please? Wow. I'm being told water. You're not getting enough cooling energy. You're not getting enough cooling energy. This is an Eastern mystic that's coming through. You're not getting enough cooling energy. He's also saying you've got to learn to keep your cool. You've got to learn to keep your cool. Again, if you find yourself irritated, something I've been told recently by my guardian angel John, what's really important now is hydration. If you find yourself getting heart palpitations, feeling extreme fatigue, rashes on the skin, hydration becomes very important. Proper water, not the fluoridated city tap water. That stuff will kill your brain cells and damage your pineal gland. Drink good, healthy, clean water. Get a distiller. Get a proper filtration system. Right? You want to... What was that, love? and salt. My beautiful partner, Norma Jean, said the other thing you want to couple is add Celtic sea salt to your water. Don't add, you can use pink Himalayan, but make sure it's authentic pink Himalayan. I use Celtic sea salt. And I always put a few pinches of salt in every glass of water I drink. Salts are very important. Thank you there, darling. She receives guidance and messages all the time too. It's amazing to be with somebody like yourself. Thank you so much for that question, Polly. Some comments were filtered to protect the community's experience. That's okay. Yes, you're welcome, Jackie. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Wow. Yes, I'm right beside you. Your boyfriend that just passed away, Lindsay, he's right beside you. Like right now, he's right beside you. You know, you're so trained to believe that the physical world is the only way you can experience being. But what happens to you when you go to bed at night and you put your body to sleep? Where do you go? You're not in your body because your body becomes dormant and active when you leave it. But what happens to most people is they're so attached to the body as being the source through which you perceive reality that when you leave your body and come back in, your body doesn't have a memory of not being a body. Think about that. Your body is a body, so it only perceives the physical world. Your body cannot perceive the invisible world. You can. And you have to retrain your mind and your awareness to re-perceive those realms. Then you can bring information down into your body and share it with other people, right? You can access information from your ascended masters, your guides, your angels. You can learn to do that. Someone's saying, daily, I'm surrounded visibly and audibly by a lot of entities around me. Which gift am I developing? That's a great question. If you're hearing sounds, then it's clairvoyance, or pardon me, clairaudience. If you're seeing them, if you're sensing like shadows and movements of energy or things moving around, then it's clairvoyance. If it's a feeling, you can feel them around. I can feel them around me. That's clairsentience. If you're knowing, I know there's somebody here, then you're talking about claircognizance, which is clear knowing. Those are the 5 primary clairs, the senses that your soul has to develop: clairvoyance, which means clear seeing; clairaudience, which is clear hearing; clairsentience, which means clear feeling; and claircognizance, which means clear knowing. You just know things. You just feel things. You just see things, and you hear things that you don't see or hear with your eyes or ears. It's what Master Jesus talks about all the time when he says, people have physical eyes, but they don't see. And they have physical ears, and they don't hear. They're so attached to the things of this world that they cannot hear and they cannot see the world of spirit, the world of the wisdom of the divine that everybody has access to. Great question, Vertical. Thank you so much. Yes, so somebody's saying the person who did that activity, angel follower, thank you. I feel dizzy and like I need calibration and grounding after doing that. Yes. So go out, put your feet on the ground or get your hands in connection with a tree, which is directly connected to the ground, and pay close attention to what happens between your feet and the earth or your hands in the tree. Just let yourself feel that flow of energy. This will recalibrate the field of your body to the Earth's magnetic field, which your body is a microcosm of. Your body has an electrical field that is cyclical. It's an alternating current around your body. The Earth has an alternating current around itself. They call it the Earth's magnetic field. Your body is a microcosm of that macrocosm of the Earth, and it needs to be recalibrated. Most people living in cities in bare shoes and in socks and disconnected from the Earth. They got rubber-soled shoes. They don't go on the grass. They don't go on parks. Their electrical potential diminishes. Their field gets weak. When your field is weak, you become amenable to disease. You become amenable to negative emotions and thoughts from other people. If you've got a very strong, vibrant field, that's not the case. Grounding is very important at this time with all this ascension energy we're being bombarded with on the planet. The sun is changing everything upon this planet now. It's entering a new cycle, a new Earth cycle, if you want. The sun is changing the planet. Its energy is changing the planet. Where do you think all these different life forms came from? The dinosaurs and all these other prehistoric and extinct creatures. Where do you think they originated from? How come new ones appear? Where do they come from? The sun alters, organizes, and orchestrates changes in our DNA on a regular basis. That's happening right now. And those changes can only work one of two ways. Those changes are either going to elevate us up or bring us down. And what you choose to align yourself is going to determine how this energy from the sun is going to affect you and your loved ones. Stay as closely centered in love as you can in thought, in word, and action. Right? And it's a tough thing to do, but you can do it. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. The better you get, the more you want to do it, because love is a beautiful thing. It really is. Yeah, Master Jesus just stepped in. He said, love is the only thing. It's the only thing. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I want to say thank you, everybody, for contributing to my live event here on both on TikTok and YouTube. Your questions, we can't get to them all. We do the best we can. And again, there's sometimes a question is not answered, not because we're trying to ignore you, but because the reality is that there's information sometimes that cannot be spoken publicly. It's meant for you specifically. And if you want to get more specific information in a detailed format, I encourage you to go and book a reading through my website, williammichaelforbes.com, or use the Linktree link in my bio on TikTok and book a one-on-one session with me. Connect to your guides and angels that way, and have an experience that will really change your life. It's an amazing thing. Somebody saying, an angel follower saying, it's ascension symptoms that I am suffering, a dark night of the soul, as they say. Praying to come into my remembering. Thank you again. You're welcome. It's like suffering is not our natural state. You did not come here. You did not come to this planet to suffer. You came here to learn to create. That's why everyone came here, to learn how to create. That's why you're here. You're here to learn creation. You're not here to suffer. Although suffering may be a result of things that you've learned that cause certain events in your life, but it's not your natural state. Love is your natural state. Love is your natural state as a spiritual entity. How to control a spiritual awakening? This is a great question. I think your name is Niharika. The best way to integrate a spiritual awakening, because you don't want to control a spiritual awakening. You want to integrate your spiritual awakening into your biology. And the most important way to learn to do that is to teach yourself how to meditate. And in the simplest possible way, to teach your mind, to teach your body to be still and quiet, so that you as an awareness become detached from the constructed personality that you exist in. In this position where your mind and body are not interfering with your awareness, then your awareness can begin to gain access to and remember or reconnect to remember your spiritual nature as a being, as a soul. When your mind and body are placed in a state of abeyance, your awareness can then begin to connect to the other aspects of the self that are not available to you through the five sensory world. But it is not something that you need to control too much. Just simply engage it, allow it to integrate with yourself, integrate yourself to your spiritual nature consciously, and then allow that to come down into your body as actions and thoughts and words. Wonderful. Hi, guys. Yeah. Yeah, it is very beautiful. Life is umbrella, and I have more strength to feel what's happening in the world. Any help? Yes. Most of the problems in people's lives are not because of who you are. Please hear these words. Most of the problems in your life are not because of who you are. They're because of what you've been taught to think and believe. And until you begin the process of evaluating and correcting what you've been taught to think and believe, your suffering will be persistent. If you begin to surrender the thoughts, the words, and the actions that are based upon the beliefs and ideas you've been taught to believe that are detrimental to you, and you release them, then your life will begin to change and transform from suffering to love. But until you begin to evaluate and change what you're thinking, speaking, and doings that you have been performing, your life will continue to be as it is until you change the thoughts in your mind, the emotions in your body, and the actions that your body performs because of those emotions. I love that. I got time for 2 more questions here, guys. Oh, thank you for that love. Really, really appreciate it. Go out ground. Grounding is very important. Why does Tim love me so much? Tim loves you so much because that's his nature. His nature is to love. Our question to you would be, why do you not believe that you are deserving of such love? Why do you believe you are not deserving of such love? And are you willing to be as equally loving in return? Many of you do not question what is in your mind, and you suffer because of this. You hold on to beliefs and ideas and information that go contrary to life. The belief that you are a woman and you are a man at the same time is ridiculous. You hold on to these contradictory beliefs, you will create confusion in your minds. You must question what is in your mind and from whence it came. You must question the thoughts in your mind. And until you do that, you will remain subjective to what is in your mind. And much of what is in your mind predisposes many of you to suffer because it remains unquestioned. It remains unquestioned, and you continue to suffer as a result. Someone's asking, Katrina's asking, morning, William, any messages for me around my next trip to Bali in May 2024? Yes, you need to bring an amethyst with you. They're showing me like it's a fist-size amethyst. You want to bring an amethyst with you. Bring an amethyst with you. Master Saint Germain saying this will be very useful to transform the energies that you're seeking to transform there, to elevate yourself a little higher in the spectrum of your consciousness. Wow, that's really cool. I like that. Yes. I think we're good here, guys. So many questions. Someone's asking, did my dad I'm not sure what that word is. Did my dad love my dosha related to his ancestors, which stopped him from performing the prayer? He says you should carry no judgment upon yourself. You acted in your highest. You acted in your highest, and for that I honor you. You acted in your highest. It is what I wanted you to follow your light, not mine. Wow, thank you. I think that's a really great place to end today's live event. I hope you guys will have the chance to join me tomorrow on Shortcuts for Your Soul for our short meditation and discussion tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to wish everybody much love. Thank you so much for the hearts and the birds and the roses and the diamonds and the questions. You guys are asking amazing questions. And remember, you've still got about 5 weeks left to sign up for 102 Masterclass Liberation, which helps you to deal with the whole mental game that goes on in your head. And again, our classes and courses are channeled courses. The Ascended Masters do the meditations, they do the discussions, and they help people walk through the process of awakening and liberation and transcendence and creation. Guys, have yourself a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye, everybody.